Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Today I'm really excited because we have top 10 finisher from Hell's Kitchen. We have from season 16, we have Shaina Hayden.
What's up,
Yeah.
guys?
So, just from watching the show, Shaina was one of my personal favorites. I was confused when she was eliminated. I loved how she didn't sit back when some people wanted to do certain tasks based on friendships and stuff like that. She was one of my favorite people, and I'm really excited that you're here.
I'm glad. I'm honored.
Aw, I love that. And as always, I have my trusty sidekick, my right hand diva, um, the boss herself, Demonica Santangelo.
And my part will be played by the devil today because couldn't change my picture before the interview. I'm hosting the game. For everybody to know, I'm hosting the game, and the game is heaven and hell. So that's why I have the devil picture. So let's just explain that.
Okay, so let's dive right into it. So before we started the broadcast, we were doing a quick briefing. We were talking about how a lot of times whenever specifically a black woman goes on the show and they're depicted as strong and confident and just saying how it is, it's everyone immediately jumps to ABW, angry black woman. So we were diving into it a little bit. So like, why don't you talk about that? Because on the show you were very opinionated, and you were just like, we need to get the task done. And there was like sometimes where there was altercations. Also, I think it was like with Ryan also. So, like, so what do you think about
Yeah,
that?
it's funny. I feel like as Demonica said before, we because you are honest and you have a strong opinion, it always comes off as the bitter or angry black woman. For me, I was just actually having fun on the show. I wanted to get stuff done. You know, at the end of the day, you want to win. It wasn't about making friends for me.
Right.
I mean, though I might still talk to a few, but it was never about making friends. It was more about getting the task done. And then when I realized things were becoming personal, then I had to no longer be the nice person, the one that wasn't saying too much. Then the quote unquote angry black woman side had to come out. But it was all in love. It wasn't really no anger. It was just honesty.
Yeah.
And
That's
oh, you go first, Monica.
that and the competitive side of you comes out, and it just people don't get that, and then you're in that environment with Chef Ramsay, and he is yelling at everyone. So I mean, it should be. I would think that people would be used to someone having an opinion.
Yeah,
Exactly.
especially when you're working with somebody like Ramsey, you gotta come on, like everybody's opinion. I mean, the truth of the matter is, to me, I think it all goes together. The name of the show is Hell's Kitchen, so without no, somebody being angry, without no fussing and fighting, would it be Hell's Kitchen?
No.
So I like it. It kind of all goes together to me.
Yeah, and like, I mean, come on. If you can't get over someone telling you just get this shit done with, but you can handle Ramsey going in your face, you're a fucking failure. Fucking come on, we need to get this fucking shit done. Get the fuck out of my kitchen. If you
Right.
can deal with that, you can deal with Miss Shayna telling you you need to hurry up with the garnishes. Like,
This is true, and I've dealt with people saying to me. I mean, you probably didn't see it, but I dealt with it. So it is what it is.
mm, well, we here watch a lot of reality TV, so we know how edits go on TV shows.
Hmm.
That's a fact.
Mhm.
Was it difficult adjusting to the intense environment that you were gonna like that that he was going to be so aggressive with you guys and like it was going to be a rush situation? Were you prepared for that going into the show?
Everybody, if you watch TV, you have this like sort of sense of preparedness because you know what you're getting into. I say, no matter how much you try to prepare for Gordon Ramsay and Hell's Kitchen, you're not prepared. Like it's way more intense than the intensity that level that you think it is. Like it's way more than that. But it's a rush at the same time. Like it's a good feeling, it's a rush, but you can't prepare for that. Like it's hard.
Right.
It's just hard.
Right.
No way. I mean, I'm like you. I'm the kind of person where if someone yells in my face, it instantly like gets me, and I think I would handle it even worse.
Now, if you catch me out on the street, you yell in my face, there's definitely going to be a different outcome. But
Exactly.
I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
He's a great person. I would love to meet him personally because no matter what he does, he is just so great at doing it. I remember watching him on another show called, I think, Hotel something Nightmares or something,
Hmm.
and he went in and just ripped down the wallpaper. And I was like, who does that? It's great.
Um, I have a friend that actually went on a show with him also. She goes to my school. She
Hmm.
was on Master Chef Junior.
Yo, dirty.
She made, I think. Oh, what'd you say?
Go ahead. No, say what you said.
Oh, she was a top 5 finisher. I think she was on season 3 of the show. Her name was Kayla Mitchell. Um,
Okay.
well, that show definitely is not as hard as Hell's Kitchen,
Right.
by far. But when she was on the show, he still got a little rough, but it was like a lot easier. Like, I was surprised that he was like so nice to these kids. Like I
No,
wasn't expecting that.
he's definitely nice. I think that the show just doesn't give because he has that reputation. They don't show the good side, the side where he's helping, and because he was a major help. I learned so much off camera.
Yeah.
So
Definitely,
he's a major help.
a lot of people have to like play up that role. I know, like with Omarosa, especially like she has that depiction of she's evil and stuff like that. So like even when she went on Celebrity Big Brother this past season, they had to keep up that reputation like with her because that's what people expect. And
Right,
with Gordon
right.
Ramsay, that's
And
what people expect.
yeah, it's the image. That's what sells. So you got to keep up with what's selling. That's how I look at it.
Like people wouldn't watch Dance Moms if Abby Lee Miller isn't like yelling at the little girls, and people aren't gonna watch Gordon Ramsay's show unless he's calling people fucking morons.
Right. And it's like you kind of you want to get to that point. Like every chef is like, I want to go on there. Like I feel like I haven't made it unless I've heard Gordon Ramsay call me a jackass.
What
Just making it on the show is an accomplishment.
What was it like preparing for the show? Like getting like when you going through the process of applying for the show, and how did you feel once you found out you were going to be on it?
I think every moment was surreal. Like, you go through these series of rounds and auditions, and then it's like you're waiting, and through that waiting period, it's like, am I gonna get called back? Am I gonna, And even when you do it, it's just a sense of like, am I good enough to go through with this? And I'm telling you, I was just grateful for every opportunity because every callback, every round, it was mind blowing to me because I just didn't feel like I was there,
Wow,
qualified enough. Yeah.
I bet that's amazing. I bet it's very like
It's
overwhelming.
humbling and amazing because there's a lot of people who are overly confident.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I'm going to get this, I'm going to do that. And that was just the first part about it. To me, winning is not even the thing. My thing is not going home first.
Oh, exactly. I would
first food.
hate that. Oh God, who was the first food on your show? I know it was a guy. I forgot his name. Uh,
Pat.
Pat. That's right. It was Matt and Pat in the bottom. The first. That was funny.
Yeah.
But I would hate to go home first on any of these shows.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, say whatever, but as long as I'm not going home first, that means I like totally couldn't prove myself. Not saying that Pat didn't prove himself, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled. I don't want to be the first person.
Well, you guys were killing the guys for a while. It was definitely a lot of woman power in the beginning.
Oh man, we had a crazy vibe in the beginning. We had a crazy vibe, and then of course, that's when things take a turn for the worse. I think the chocolate milk probably did it for us. But I tell everybody, I meet people in the street who ask me, "Can I buy you a chocolate shake or something?" And it catches me off guard even to this day because I'm like I have to like remember, oh, Hell's Kitchen, the chocolate shake thing, but it really wasn't about me being conniving or anything. It was just I don't know these people, so. And then I kind of was just gulping it because I was like, I'm just gonna take it down. And it was like after it was too late that I realized it was chocolate milk. But
It's fine. And you know what? People can say what they want.
Mhm.
At least you got on the damn show.
That's right.
oh, there you go.
And you beat out half the cast. I think more than half the cast, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, it was a battle. It was a battle, and I'm proud of how far I got.
And when you went home, I didn't even think you should have went home.
I didn't either, but
It was really unexpected because, like, I remember all that happened was that you were a little bit slow on like the garnishes, but Wendy, what the fuck was Wendy doing?
Yeah, and then you got to put into perspective, which people don't. Um, we're all living together in this one house,
Yeah.
basically, and it kind of boils down to more than that. It's like by this time everybody's formed cliques and all of that stuff, so it kind of that plays a major part too.
Well, especially with Hell's Kitchen, because there are other cooking shows like MasterChef and like Chopped, but Hell's Kitchen is particularly good because and we love like Big Brother and Survivor and stuff like that, but with this show especially, literally there could be like someone on the team could be terrible, could flop every single week and be the reason why you lose. But if there's like an alliance or a clique or a friend group on the team, it doesn't matter who does the worst, and then like the best cooks can like end up going home. And I
Right.
think it ended up happening a few seasons back. I don't remember which season, but
I
it
don't
ended
know.
up happening a few times. And I think it happened this season also. On
Oh
season
yeah.
16.
But isn't it possible for him to know who's weak too in that moment? Like he's got to
Well,
know
he
that.
eliminated Gia out of nowhere when Gia was like on the so when Shayna and like the girls for like the audience, they had won the challenge even though there was a lot of fuckery going on. They won
Right.
the challenge, and I think it was like Matt and Paulie who were in the bottom two, and
Right.
out of nowhere, Gordon Ramsay's just like, "Yo, Gia, come down here," and he
Yeah.
kicked her
That
out.
was a twist. That was an interesting twist. I don't think nobody was prepared for it. I don't think anybody was prepared for it. But to not to discredit, anybody, G is actually an excellent chef, very underrated. But once again, when you're put in an element that nobody can really fully be prepared for, you know.
Yeah, and I could see Gia being a really good chef. And
Oh
I
yeah,
think on the show she
yeah.
showed she was.
I actually was just trying to hook up with Gia last night. She makes this banging turkey burger, and
Oh,
I was trying to hook up with her last night to get one.
oh my
Oh
God,
shit,
I'm so hungry right now.
I
she
am
can
too, by the way.
cook us up something and send it through
Speaking
the
of food, I'm from the South. I'm from Memphis. We're home of the barbecue and stuff like that. Have you ever been to the South? Have you ever eaten any of the soul food that comes from here?
Oh, of course. Like one of my favorite places to go eat in the South is Mississippi. My grandfather's from Mississippi, and like, I love the food down there. Like, I don't even want to go for any, the other reasons, but to just eat. Just seeing all the chickens and
Mm.
animals run through the field. I hate that it's very dark with no street lights, but I love it. I love that Southern cooking. Love it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you got homemade breakfast here is oh, it's just amazing. So, what is your specialty that you like? What is your one of your specialties that you created you're proud of that you are known for?
chicken.
I would say this. I When it comes down to the whole cooking thing, I'm like seafood is like my strong area. But right now with my clients and stuff, would you believe that I have this sweet potato cheesecake that people
What?
order?
Sweet
They
potato
these
cheesecake?
and they yeah, and it sells out all the time, and
Oh my
it's like one
God!
of the most ordered things. And I'm not a baker. I'm
What
not
is,
a
what does that taste like? First of all, that sounds so delicious. Because you just put two of my favorite things together, and I just want to know, how do I get one?
and I never and here's the truth. I didn't like just come out the wall and create this, but I had a dream about it, and so I got up and I was just like, I'm gonna go to the supermarket. I went to the supermarket and just got the stuff. I never followed the recipe, anything. I just went with what I thought it would be, and it's
Mhm.
like a hit. And I
And can you
haven't
order
tasted
these? Or is
anybody's
it
that made.
possible for us to get these pies?
Yeah, I mean, you can order them. We ship, do everything. If you, my website is the name of my company is Say Your Grace. The website is say-your-grace.com. You can put in an order there anytime.
We'll put it in the description underneath the video.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm looking up
That
right
people want to try. I'm definitely going to order one because I love sweet potatoes and I love cheesecake. So I can't. I want to know what these.
Yeah, man, yeah, you gotta try it. It's like it's bananas. It's bananas. You gotta try it.
Wow. I mean, it sounds delicious just hearing the word sweet potato cheesecake.
But that's like, that's kind of like what I do a lot though with my dishes. I like try to do a fusion, a
Yeah.
mix of this with a mix of that, something that you're not expecting. Getting the best of both worlds and coming out with something totally great.
I'm looking at it right now and on the website. Oh my
Can you
god.
show? Can you show a screenshot of it?
Yes, I can.
I mean,
And I hope a good picture of it on the website. I hope so. I don't remember.
This
Like
is
my
it,
website
right?
changes. Nope.
it looks like
That's not
banana
it?
pudding. It looks like a. That looks like banana pudding. Is it?
Yeah, that was banana pudding. That was banana pudding.
Oh wow.
This
Yeah,
is some of
I got.
her food.
Oh God. Wow. We could be so lucky to have a sample today.
Man, I
That's
mean, look,
oh
we're
my
a year
God! Is that red
about,
velvet cake?
huh?
Was that red velvet cake?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's actually red velvet cheesecake. That's like, a best of both worlds again.
Oh, you are just amazing.
I'm trying to be.
I mean, I can cook. I can cook too. I grew up in a house full of women, and like right now they're cooking. I can smell it. But
Oh, I wish I was there. I'm hungry.
I appreciate food, and I wish I could try some of you. I was telling her earlier. I wish this was live so we could have samples of things.
Man, it's nothing for us to get up, man. Nothing, nothing. We
when
can
we
make
have
that.
a studio.
It looks great. God.
She's got a book also. She's got a whole website. So if any of you want to go and order some of this amazing looking food, because this shit, oh my god, this looks delicious.
Oh
Um,
God.
it's say-your-grace.com.
I appreciate your comments.
It's so well put together too. Like you just
And
your presentation is amazing.
and she's
Listen,
got all
people
of this
eat
right
with their
here.
eyes first, so that plays a big factor. If it doesn't look good to me, I don't want to taste it.
I know that's right.
Exactly. There are so many things that I won't eat because of how gross they look. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's called food porn for a reason. You gotta
Right,
love what you like. You gotta
right.
love what you're looking at.
It's true.
Sight has a lot to do with taste buds also. I didn't know this, but it does. And so does smell. It's very important.
Your five senses, they go hand in hand.
It's a really good look. I'm gonna actually look up to see if I can find a picture of sweet potato, because it might be somewhere. Sweet potato
And
cheesecake.
I know I've got plenty of pictures of it in my phone, but
So that's an original recipe too. So it's definitely one of your originals, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I can't find it like anywhere.
And it's a great
I
thing.
mean, people make it, but it's not gonna look like mine. Definitely
No.
not gonna.
I'm definitely. I want to try yours. I don't want to try anybody else's
No,
recreation.
you gotta try. You gotta try. Nobody ever I started selling them in cupcake form, and nobody ever bought like just one.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
tasting like, okay, I need like 12 more.
Yeah, it made my mouth water right now when you said that. Oh my God, cupcake. I would have to keep lock the kids in because I wouldn't stay out of it.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to order some of this when after we're done. um
Yeah, you're in Long Island, so yeah, that's easy.
yeah. Oh, that's really easy. So I also saw that you signed up for Reality Rally. Have you ever
Yeah.
done have you ever done something like Reality Rally before this?
No, I have not, but I lost somebody very, probably one of the closest people to me. My aunt that raised me, in my younger years, and she died from breast cancer. It was probably one of the hardest losses that I ever taken in life, and I had to be a part of it. I had to do something to raise awareness, to raise funds, to be a help. But this is the first time that I'm going, so I'm kind of excited.
That's great. My mom
I've heard it's a
actually
lot
was
of fun.
just my mom actually went through breast cancer um 9 years ago, and
Uh-huh.
it has shown back up. But she had another checkup, and they found they didn't have any more in her body. So that's a great thing that we're going through. So I totally understand where you're coming from when you talk about that. That's something I'm dear to my heart too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a serious matter, and I just when my aunt died, it was well over. It's probably about 15 years ago. If I'm Yeah, about 15, 16 years ago, and I just don't think it was as much research done at that time, as much medicines. Like, it was no chance for her at that point.
Right.
I think now we've definitely evolved a lot
Oh
more.
yeah, we evolved a lot since then. Yeah.
It's huge, and I try to always tell my lady friends to go get checkups and stuff like that because it's a horrible thing to go through because it's not just the person going through it; it's everybody that's involved with them.
Everybody that's surrounded is going through it in some way.
Everyone's got their own story, and you never even know. And I think it's amazing that you're using the platform that you do have, because I do know a lot of reality stars that don't use their platform for
Right,
good. They
right,
use it for followers. They use it for fame. They use it for everything under the moon and sun except for giving back.
right.
Um, Especially Big Brother people. No Tino shade. So I think that's amazing, and I'm really glad that you're doing that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very excited about going. Very excited about going.
And you can donate to Shayna. I'm gonna put it in the description because I do know
Okay.
that there's a link where you can
Right.
donate to Shayna and her page.
And everybody, please donate, donate, donate.
Oh yeah, please. We need everybody that can.
Well, I
We've
applaud you.
already reached the $700 goal though, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I tell people to donate because here's my thing. Um, it A lot of times we don't know we're affected by an epidemic until it actually hits home. You see it, and it's like, but then when it hits your mom or your grandmom or somebody close to you in the house, then all of a sudden everybody else's problem now is your problem. And I say to everybody out there, you might not know anybody that died from cancer or has had it, breast cancer, anything, but donate, because it could very well be in your backyard.
Right.
It
Exactly.
could be on someone and you don't even know it.
Hmm.
It does. You know how many of us are living? I, man, we're talking right now, and to tell you the truth, we don't know what's living in our bodies right now. We
Right.
don't know who we
Exactly.
walking around with. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just
Yeah.
until you go to a doctor or go get a checkup and you realize, oh, you have this, or so
Yeah.
you gotta be grateful. You gotta be thankful, because it could switch at any minute.
Hmm. And one of the things that I think that people don't also know, and because my mom had it, we all had to go get physicals after that because of that situation. And men actually can get breast cancer.
Yes, they can.
I don't think
Hmm.
Yep.
that you know that, and a lot of people don't know that. But it's rare, but it definitely can happen.
Right.
Anything can
Yeah.
happen.
And because I'm transgender, it's even scarier for me because I'm trying to get pet breasts,
Right.
and it's really scary. I don't think people realize that it's not just for women, either.
Right.
Oh,
No,
completely
because
not.
I think not to plug another show, but one of my favorite shows to watch, Shameless. They had a very nice.
Oh, me too. I
They had
love you.
they had a very a very eye opening episode with the men being affected by that.
We here
I
support
sure do.
Shameless.
I
Uh,
love Shameless. That's
I
one of my
love
favorite
Shameless.
shows.
Yeah, and I don't watch TV a lot. I'm a big NBA fan, so all I watch is probably everything NBA besides cooking shows and stuff. But Shameless is one of them.
Yeah, that is a great show.
Yeah.
Next to Game of Thrones, that's my show.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But I like to binge watch. I can't do the week to week thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't either. The only thing that ever gets me week to week is if I'm like doing a recap and it's for like Big Brother or something like that. Other than
I,
that, I can't do anything like that.
yeah, yeah. Cause then you're just aggravated. Like, so I gotta wait till next week.
Have
Oh,
you
You know,
exactly. I hate that. Oh
have
my
you
god.
ever watched Big Brother? Do you like Big Brother?
you know what? I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. I have never watched it. I am gonna look into it because I do see that a lot of them, the contestants from Big Brother are doing reality rally too. So I said I was gonna check it out.
You should. I could actually see you on that show.
Really? Now, what is
And
it? Tell me.
and you know what? The fact that you can cook is a great strategy. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah. Have
not
you ever
going to
seen
get rid of
Survivor?
you because you can use that to your advantage.
Now,
Uh,
I've seen Survivor. Is it like a Survivor thing?
it's like Survivor, but it's not as what do you call it? Wild as Survivor,
Wilderness.
where you have to like survive off the land. It's you just sit. You're in the house for almost what 4 months? Is it, Dylan?
3 months.
3 months, and each week
Two
they
and a half.
evict. You have powers and luxuries that you can win, and you nominate two people for eviction, and then they have an opportunity to save themselves. And then there's a house eviction. So it's like that. It's a social game.
It's like
Oh
voting and
man,
stuff like that.
I don't know if I could do that.
You're in confinement. That's the worst part is that you're confined. Away from the world. Like you
I've
don't.
been locked up before, so I know I'm not doing any show that's having me confined to a house for 4 months. I'm good.
Honestly, same here with that. I love Big Brother, but I don't know if I could stay in a house for 3 months.
I could stay in the Big Brother house, but I can't. I don't know if I could do Survivor. I cannot handle spiders, anything that's gonna crawl on me while I'm
Oh
asleep. I
yeah,
just can't do it.
I don't even like being outside at night in the woods, so I know I couldn't do that.
I want to do the show, but I feel like when I'm there, I'm gonna be like, why did I sign up?
Where's the bathroom? That's what I want to know.
um, some other people that are doing reality rally. I know Kimberly from your season's doing it, right?
Probably so. I I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so consumed with what's going on in my area that I really don't. I couldn't tell you stuff about them. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But if she isn't, yeah.
Well, honestly, good for you. Focus on your own thing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know that, but that's especially with like the age of social media that we're in right now.
Hmm.
A lot of people get consumed on looking at what the next man is doing that they can't focus on what they need to do.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So I'm, not saying that that's the case, but I'm like consumed with what I got to do at this point.
Hmm.
Definitely. I mean, social media has been proven. Like the people that made it, like testify to this, is that you get a supply of dopamine whenever you see somebody doing something else, or you see them failing, or you see you got a like or something like that. So like,
You have to always top yourself.
hmm
Yeah, yeah.
so I'm glad that you're focused on yourself. We definitely do the same. So
Oh
I'm so
yeah,
glad
oh yeah.
we found one of our people. We found somebody. We didn't
Yeah,
get
I
any of
told
the
you I'm a
crazies.
down to earth person. I'm a down to earth person. So
I love that. But when you go to Reality Rally, definitely, I have some friends that are going. So
Really?
yeah, if you definitely need any like any open arms, anyone to talk to, like,
Definitely send them my way. Let's make the connection. I'm all about that.
hmm I know my friend Maria's going. I know, I think my friend William's going. I know Michael's going. Um, who else is going? Um,
So they like it. They've been before.
this is their first year too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because this year with they had to like do a whole like change up, like a whole new thing with like people because a lot of the older people that used to do reality rallies stopped. Like a lot of the people this year are new. I think my
Oh,
friend Kim is going too.
okay.
Kim is she's going through cancer right now.
Oh,
So
Oh,
that's why she's
but
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think it's pancreatic cancer. Um,
wow.
Prayers, prayers going up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of good people going your way. Oh, and my friend William's doing it also. So yeah, just like if you ever need anything from them, just be like, I sent you.
Definitely, definitely. Dylan sent me.
Yes. And I heard it's a lot of fun. I would go, but I don't got no money to be flying out to California.
Just say you don't have it now. That's all.
So,
True.
what made you want to come on the show with us today?
Um, Listen. No interview is too small, and no interview is too big. And it's an honor to me when anybody wants to reach out because doing the show, I did get you for as much good press you get negative press.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so my thing was I never turned down you know
Wow.
anybody that I'm a firm believer in one hand washes the other, and everybody sometimes they like to stick it to one genre of people or group rather of people, but it's everybody. Like nobody ever wants to see anybody get up, out the
Yeah.
barrel. And so my thing is, if I can help you some way somehow, then I'm going to contribute to your success some way somehow.
I
So
love that.
That's why I really liked you. When you took the interview, that's when I really was like, this person, I'm excited about this interview, and I want to talk to her because taking this interview and we're a new show, it shows says a lot about you and your person and who you are as
oh
a
yeah,
person.
oh
This is
yeah.
only
No,
our 12th
I was
episode.
gonna do it, and I I encourage y'all to keep going. One thing I will say is that success, people have it mixed up. Like nobody tells the truth about it. Nobody tells the part where there's spell. There's a time where there's nobody calling you. There's going to be a time where there's nobody going to give you a yes and say, okay, I'll let you interview me. It's going to be times when things don't go right. You
Oh,
know, and
absolutely.
it's and for me, it's more of not going right and more failing than it is getting the yeses and the goods and the go aheads.
Hmm.
That actually launch you into a successful career or a successful show. So my thing is, I'm not going to give you a no. If I know this is going to help you, if I know this is what you're trying to do, I'm going to give you a yes because I want to be a part of that. I want to see you thrive.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
I was watching old episodes of Lucy, and I was watching how like she had so many shows like back in the day. Like she had show after show that was named after her. But I do believe there came a point when I know it happened to John Crawford and Betty Davis, where they had a point where people didn't want them in their movies. They were, these were huge stars in their time, and they just, eventually people treated them like they were nothing.
Right. Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, this is what I tell people all the time. It's like somebody sending back your food in a restaurant. You can't take these things to heart, which we do, but everybody's not gonna like it. Some people are not gonna like you. Some people are gonna think your show is whack, it's corny, But there's gonna
Mm.
be some people that actually love it and they're gonna pick it up.
Yeah,
And the best thing you could do is be you. You know?
it caters to those people, not the people that hate it.
Yeah.
Well, for instance, I'm not going to say the name of the person, but we had but I met someone who was really recently on a reality show. Like the show is still going on right now. And he wanted to come on the show. He wanted to come on for just an episode, and like we were going to talk about the show. We were going to talk about this, that. He wanted to come on, but since he was under contract, he had to go through a publicist first.
Right.
And the publicist emailed me and said, well, what's the interview about? And I gave her the interview name. I gave her what we were gonna do, everything like that. So I didn't get a response for 30 minutes because I know that she was probably looking everything up. And
Right.
I guarantee you the reason why she said no to me 30 minutes later was because we're not big. Because there was another person that's under the same contract as him who went on a show that's pretty much identical to this one,
Right.
except they have like a few thousand followers. So
Right.
it was like so like, but he's gonna come on the show after the whatchamacallit, after the contract's over with. And I
Right.
have a friend who's on who I met through Twitter, who is is on a show right now also, and she was just like you. She was very open armed. It was like, yeah, I'd love to. I just have to wait for this contract to ray out. And there's a guy who I've been a follower of his for a long time. He's been a follower of mine for a while before we even started the show, and he couldn't come on because this is not because he has more of a PG channel and we have more of a PG-13. So like, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and like, you know what, you have to focus on the right things, and I'm glad to see that you're one of those people that focuses on the good things, and I really appreciate it.
Man, listen, it's nothing. Like I said, if I can help, I just know. If, like I said, I wish people told the truth about success. It's good. It's a good feeling. It's a good high, but you gotta continually do stuff to stay on top, and you gotta be knocked down so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So
Yeah.
keep going. Keep going. Find new ways to update what you're doing. Like, never stop growing.
Right.
Take the advice, take advice from people. Just keep going. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. A no is gonna get you a yes somewhere along the line. Seriously.
I was telling a girl last night that's just starting off in drag, and she's really pretty. She's kind of like me. She dances. She's a dancer. And I was just telling her, she's like, I can't walk in heels. That. Well, I was like, this is your time. You just came out, and I just was basically telling her that, this is your development. This is the moment where you're trying to discuss this, to find out who you are and who you're going to be as a performer,
Right.
and and just don't let anybody keep you from developing into who you're going to be.
Exactly. Yeah. You just got to work at that craft. You just got to work at your craft.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to put it. Work that craft.
And never stop growing or let it deter you. Like,
you never stop growing. Never.
because you never know when you get that one break.
That one break. I've gotten, to some pretty far places, and man, I'm still looking for a break.
Okay.
I still could use another good big break. How about that?
I could too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hitting the lotto either.
Hit the lotto. We're gonna buy like a studio or something like that. Like, I'm going on a trip around the world if I win the lotto.
Man, take me with you.
They're so serious about that here. Like down here, they're so serious about that. The one thing I hate is standing in line waiting for people to buy their tickets, and like, like, give me this and that and that. I'm like, oh my god, I just want to get gas.
But you guys are doing an amazing job. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much, and I'm
so
glad you came.
I think it's beautiful everything you're doing with your awareness campaign, and your website looks absolutely delicious. I wish I could.
Thank you. That's the point. I need people to look at the website and go, I want that. That's what I need.
Well, I'm definitely gonna try this sweet potato cheesecake because, like, I can't imagine. I
Yeah,
just can't
y'all gotta try.
even. I don't even know what that's gonna taste like, and I just know whenever I taste it, it's just going to be heaven. So I'm
Right.
definitely ordering.
All right. Look, I'm
Oh, she froze. Oh, you cut out for a second.
She's back now.
did I I'm here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I can't wait to hang out with you guys.
yeah. If
That'd be
you're
so
ever down
fun.
here visiting family in Memphis, let me know, and we'll
Oh,
have lunch or cook you a meal or something.
listen, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Take me around the town. I want to see all of Memphis.
You got it.
That's where the country music is at, right?
Yeah, we have Memphis. We have the barbecue fest, and we have the music fest in May. So that's like a great time to come down here.
Well, I
Really?
want to come for her wedding, so like you can come with me.
Yeah,
Listen, let me know. We gonna show up. I want to go.
you gotta go to barbecue fest in May, Memphis in May. Ugh, it's
Barbecue is delicious. We
Tell me
have
about
one
that.
out here in Long Island also. I forgot what town we have it in. I think like in Riverhead or something like that. I think
Mhm.
Patchogue.
Right?
Barbecue's delicious. They give you a lot though.
I love to taste the different areas of barbecue. Like, 'cause, everybody's barbecue is not the same.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not. Because I've had some ribs before.
We have really sweet barbecue here, so I think that's where our sauce is like really sweet. So not really sweet, but it's got a sweet taste to it.
Right.
I actually have a question about that. So is there any like restaurants that like you know of that you would recommend or you would say like are like kind of off limits?
I don't. Okay, here's something interesting about me, especially Sundays. I go eat somewhere different all the time. Like that's something that me and my husband do. We're like we love to like just go try other things, new things. I really don't like frequently visit the same restaurant. I'm not a chain restaurant person either, unless my kids want it, But
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, and I don't have a favorite restaurant. That's probably because I don't really find any of them too good.
Well, God, look at you. I mean, why would you want to eat anywhere else?
Because sometimes you don't want to cook.
True.
Sometimes you just want to be fed. So
I get that. So you not a cheesecake factory kind of girl or no?
actually, if I do have to go to one of those restaurants, I would prefer to go to Cheesecake Factory, but I prefer Grand Lux. That's like their sister restaurant, I guess.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather that one. But yeah, I'll eat from there. Yeah.
Now, is your husband a good cook too?
Um, when you say good cook, how do you define that?
Like, if you compare, like what, like if you guys were having in a cook-off, would he kind of give you a run for your money?
Oh no.
No. No.
But like he's my favorite barbecue person. Like I don't like in the summer times and stuff like that. Oh no, he runs the grill. He cooks, he does all of that. Like
Oh, he
but
got you beat when it comes to
not
grill?
about the I'm talking about I'm a cook, No.
I love it. I'm pretty sure he would rather you cook it anyway because that's what I would look. I just can't wait. You'd have to cook for me all the time.
No, I can't wait to get that Tennessee barbecue.
Do
Yeah.
any of your kids cook?
Any of my kids?
Yeah.
I like teaching all of them, but I'm teaching them the right way. So I think they kind of have this fantasy where they see all of this stuff going on TV, with all these kids cooking and stuff like that. And my
Oh,
thing,
like the Master Chef ones?
yeah, and my thing is, you still leave dishes in the sink. So how you gonna cook? Like you can't
Yeah.
cook, you know. So we're going through that phase where all right, I'm showing you, I'm letting you assist and stuff like that, but you don't keep my kitchen clean enough for me
Right.
to just
Yeah.
let you go rip and tear it up, you know.
You got to be able to clean it up after you tear it up.
Do you feel like that's important to have a needy kitchen as you cook? Do you feel like it's important to wash the dish to make sure that you have a? I know I'm not talking about like as far as being clean around you, but do you feel like it's important to keep it, neat as you go?
Oh yeah, it's very important. That's like it's equally as important because it just becomes a mess. I can't cook around clutter and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So and that's key. It's hands down. You have to have a clean kitchen. You have to clean as you go. Like it has to happen because then you'll run the risk of having cross contamination if you don't.
Oh yeah, and then you get and that's how these restaurants get like B's and
I don't
C's.
think people
Exactly.
realize subconsciously. I don't think people realize that happens. Like,
Oh yeah, it's real. It's real. It's real. So that's why you got to clean up because I don't want you handling raw chicken
mhm.
and and then trying to use that same knife to cut me a piece of cake later because
Oh no,
Yeah, wow, yeah, that's so true.
I don't even use the same fork and knife when I'm going between like a salad and pasta, because then like
oh, you bougie like that, huh?
no,
Yeah, yeah.
gotta use never. I, I can't do that. I'm gonna get because then you get pasta sauce all over your salad, and then it's like.
That is hilarious.
I hate double dippers. That's one of my biggest pet
Oh no,
peeves.
yeah, I don't like those either. I don't like
Ugh,
those
double
either.
dippers. Just you need to get as much as you need. Dip the whole thing if you need to. Make sure your fingers don't go anywhere near.
You
And
just
then
put your own bowl.
if you don't like it, then get a new chip.
And guys are the worst. Like boyfriends are like the worst that they always do that. And I'm like, oh my god.
It doesn't matter to them. That that's a minute thing to them.
Well, so is there anything else we want to talk about? Um, do you guys? How do you feel about these mass shootings that have been happening?
We gotta have some stricter gun laws. It goes back to that same thing that I was telling you before. Um, until it's your kid plastered on the newspaper, it doesn't matter. Until it's your phone ringing saying it's your kid's school is under attack or being shot up, none of that matters. And so something has to happen. I don't know what, but something's got to happen.
Honestly, I feel like these cops need to be more involved. Like for even in the Columbine situation, the cops did not enter that school until like hours after they were. I just don't think that their response is good enough. I know they can't just rush in, but I
Right.
think they should have to.
And there's not enough happening before it happens. I was talking to Demonica about this a little bit, but I'm not going to mention any names or anything like that. But
Right.
my school, we had an issue last week actually. There was someone at the school that after the walkout happened, they didn't like how the walkout went because it wasn't like we actually walked out. It was more of a kumbaya kind of thing, and I didn't
Right.
like it either. But she wrote a letter to the school and basically said that her friends and herself would fit the profile of school shooter. Now,
Right.
I know this girl, and she is not going to shoot up a school, but there's another kid at my school that I've known. He's been in my school since I was in kindergarten, and he's in the same grade as me. We're both seniors, and he threatened that he wants to buy a gun. He said he wants to buy a gun. He's posted some stuff on social media saying he wants to. He brought bullets into school one day, and he has like no friends, nothing like that. Um, and I've tried getting the school to do something about that, and nothing's happened. They're focusing too much on this girl. So this is something that's near and dear to myself also. And before this even happens, me and Demonica have been activists about this also. So we have an episode up about it in general, and it baffles me that not enough happens. And it's just like he could probably go to Riverhead right now and he could go to like Walmart or something and get a gun, and then Monday come in and do something. And it's like,
I don't think what people realize is that a lot of the younger guys that are around that age, they are on like social media posing with these guns. I mean, you don't realize how many of them actually have these high-powered rifles. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just met a guy that he's got. I didn't even realize he was holding a gun because it just kind of blended into the back. But he has the same gun that was used in Parkland shooting, uh, in his hands. And I was like, is this like the gun of the 19-year-old? Because like it's like everybody's got one. Uh,
Right.
and there's people that sympathize for these mass killers. That's one of my things right now. I'm disgusted with. I just don't understand how people can sympathize with the killer. Like it boggles my mind.
Like you never know what's going through a person's mind. And you know, I can't even begin to say that I think anybody that shoots up a school has to be like in their right mind.
Hmm.
no.
You know, and
Right.
that comes from a lot. That comes from a lot. It starts in the home, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's the upbringing. Um, it's just to me. I grew up in I grew up in church, Christian background, and I just totally believe that some things we gotta pray. We've got to pray about. You
Hmm.
know,
That's so true.
some have we because we have no control over a lot. Things are gonna happen. We have no control over it, but we just got to stay prayed up. That's how they used to say it when I was coming up.
Do you
You got
think
to
as a
stay.
Christian we should forgive these people like that?
You definitely should. It doesn't mean you're not gonna be angry. You know, it doesn't mean that it's not gonna hurt, but you definitely have to forgive them. You
I
know,
think what really
I
bothers
think
me,
about how I fail God daily. You know, I'm
yeah.
not perfect, and I'm not perfect. I man, I do countless things on a regular. You know,
Hmm.
Yeah,
and I want Him to forgive me for those things, even the things that I'm not even conscious of. I'm just
Right.
talking about the things that I am conscious of. But what about those things that I'm not conscious of?
Right.
oh, completely. Yeah. Um, and a lot of these people probably at some point in their life were perfectly normal. It's just that they go through so much that we don't ever see
Yeah.
that that's what fucks them up. But
But like you're saying they're perfectly normal. But if you put a bunch of killers in one room and then you or I enter the room, we're now abnormal.
exactly.
That's so true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I know he's saying it's not normal, but it's all about what you're around and what you're surrounded by. Because
Exactly.
if there's a group of like-minded people, you're now the abnormal person.
Right. That's so true.
Well,
That's
I mean, the Roof family. You have Dylan Roof shoot up a school. Not a school. A church of black people. You
Right.
have and be sadistic about it. Also, you have his sister try harping on it so she can get funds for her wedding, and then you have the other one, the other sister Morgan, now posting racist shit on Snapchat and thinking no one was going to show it to anybody, because Snapchat is like deletes instantly and
Right.
Instagram doesn't.
I don't know what she was thinking. I
And
don't know
she was
if they just
arrested for having weapons. So
that
Now
shit
I
infuriated.
haven't even I haven't even gotten that deep with that because I don't follow that. But that's interesting. I gotta look that up. And
Yeah, it's bizarre and it actually infuriated me because in this time for her to do that after what he did, it makes no common sense to
so
me.
once again that goes back to my upbringing. Your upbringing because if
hmm
do you not see the pattern?
yeah,
So it's obviously it starts.
Maybe they can save her before, like maybe what she did was a cry out, and hopefully they can actually save her before she follows in his footsteps.
Man, we just it's just wow. That's unbelievable. I definitely have to look that up.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
I don't have a Snapchat. I'm barely holding on between Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So
I have a Snapchat, so I can take pictures on my phone without it like taking up my whatchamacallit, my
Memory.
memory. Yeah, but Snapchat's pointless. Snapchat was probably made just to like send gross pictures to people so that like they can't get
I
sick.
totally agree. I hate Snapchat. I think I think what it was really made for was for these perverted guys to get nudes from girls in the
Yeah.
mall, and I think that's why I don't have it.
It
So
tells you when they take a screenshot. It disappears
Oh
after 5
yeah.
seconds.
yeah,
Mm.
it also I
I
think it's
might have to
also to
check out
keep people from
Snapchat.
being catfished. You know,
Maybe I'll check Snapchat out.
it's also a catfish thing where you can keep from being catfished. So because it's hard to not be it's hard to be a fake person on it.
Got you. Got you.
Oh, it's impossible to be a fake person on Snapchat.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check Snapchat.
But yeah, she posted that on Snapchat and definitely didn't expect anyone to show because on Snapchat the only people that can see your things are your friends. So one of her friends, that's the most interesting about it. A thing about it is that one of her friends had to sold her out because those are the only people that see it.
Right.
Crazy.
I shall look into it because I like to be informed about everything. So I'm gonna give that a look.
Well, so Dylan, is there anything else we want to talk about, or do you have anything you want to talk about?
I think we covered everything really well. This was a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
really enjoyed
I laid back
sitting down with you.
conversation. I like it.
and we hope you'll come back on the show for like another
Of course.
one of our group sessions when we have like past guests come on and we talk about topics and stuff like that. That would be great
Yeah.
for you to come
If
and
I'm
join.
available, I'll do it. If I'm available, I'll do it. I will say I'm entering my busy season right now.
Yeah,
Once April get here, it's like it doesn't slow down.
I bet.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
good thing, and I
Oh
hope it doesn't.
yeah, it is. It is. It's a blessing to tell you the truth. Because
I'm really
like
happy.
it could be dry and nobody can be calling at some time. You
So
know.
give us your websites again, the name of your websites and your
Uh,
calls again.
so the name of my company is Say Your Grace. My website can be found at say-your-grace.com. You can find me on Twitter as Chef Shaina. You can find me on Instagram as Chef Shaina Hayden. You can find me on Facebook as Shaina Hayden. I am a click away. So keep in touch and listen, keep going. Dylan, Demonica, keep going. Don't give up. Keep going and keep growing.
You
Remember
too.
that.
You too.
Keep
And
going and
I'm a
growing.
huge fan of yours and can't wait to order some of your delicious food. I honestly cannot.
Oh,
I
I'm gonna
can't wait.
order it as soon as we're done.
And I'm looking forward to it. But thanks for having
Thank you for coming.
Thank
not a
you.
problem.
So before we wrap up, we always do deuces as our last thing. So on the count of three, we're all gonna do a deuces to the camera, okay?
Got it.
1, 2, 3.
Deuce.
Deuces. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.